In this lesson, I will explain how to find the absolute value of a number. The absolute value of a number is its distance away from 0. And we can use a number line to count the spaces between 0 and the number that we are considering to find its absolute value. What is the absolute value of 4? Well, we're going to take a look at the number line and simply count the spaces from 0 to 4. And if you look, you'll see that there are 4 spaces. So the absolute value of 4 equals 4. Please take note of the symbols that we use to represent absolute value. We have a pair of vertical bars, one in front and one behind the number that we're considering. What is the absolute value of -5? Well, we're going to do the same thing that we did when considering the absolute value of +4. We're looking at the spaces between 0 and -5. And you'll see that there are 5 spaces. So the absolute value of -5 is 5. I wanted to show you a couple of examples on the same number line so you can compare what's happening on the left side of 0 to what's happening on the right side of 0. For the absolute value of -3, we're looking at the number of spaces between 0 and -3, and we see that there are 3, so the absolute value of -3 is +3, a distance of +3. If we look at a +5, the absolute value represents the 5 spaces between 0 and 5 on the number line. So the absolute value of 5 is +5. Now the absolute value of 0 is going to be 0 because you don't have to travel left or right to get from 0 to 0. There's no distance between 0 and itself. So I hope you noticed that the absolute value of both positive and negative numbers is always going to be positive, because really we're measuring distance. Just like if you were laying down a ruler to measure something, you never lay down a ruler and get a negative distance as a result of that measurement. It's always positive. Absolute value is always going to be positive because it represents distance. So let's compare again the absolute value of two numbers, a +4 and a -4. Because both of those numbers are 4 units, 4 spaces away from 0 on the number line, the absolute value of 4 and the absolute value of -4 are both 4. All right. I'd like for you to try some of these on your own. So pause the video and record the absolute values of the 6 numbers that you see on the screen. When you've finished, restart the video and check your work. All right, the absolute value of 10 means what's the distance between 0 and +10? And that's going to be 10 spaces, 10 units on the number line. The absolute value of -101. Remember, the direction that we travel on the number line doesn't matter. It's just the distance. And so we would travel 101 spaces from 0 to -101. We can use this same type of thinking on decimals and fractions as well. So the absolute value of 59 hundredths would be 59 hundredths, the distance between 0 and 59 hundredths. For a -6 1/10, the absolute value would be 6 1/10. The absolute value of -3 1/2 is going to be 3 halves. And the absolute value of 1/6 is going to be 1/6. All right, mathematicians, please make sure you have recorded your examples, you've made any corrections that you need on the 6 practice questions, and then remember to answer the WSQ for this video.